and today we're gonna read a new book and a new stories. It's the Roald Dahl, James and the Giant Peach. So I think the peach, the yummy fruit peach, will gonna come out of the story. And now, already for read this one book with a lot of stories. Now here we go. And first we should read James and the Giant Peach, starting at chapter 1. Oh, but guys, I have to go to school because I have a competition. So I suggest the end of reading at chapter 2 is great. And chapter 1. Until he was 4 years old, James Henry Trotter had a happy life. He lived peacefully with his mother and father in a beautiful house beside the sea. There was always plenty of other children to him to play with. There was the sandy beach for him to run about on, and the ocean to paddle in. It was the perfect life for a small boy. Then one day, James' mother father went to London to do some shopping. And there was a terrible thing happened. Both of them suddenly got eaten up by the enormous angry rhinoceros that had escaped from the London Zoo. Oh my god. So James' mom and dad have gone to London to do shopping, but they have eaten by the rhinoceros. The rhinoceros that ran out of the zoo. Oh my goodness. This is not a good luck. Oh my. And there is a lot of people in the whole world, but that James Henry Trotter's mom and dad have just eaten by the rhinoceros, just by the other more peoples. Oh my goodness, this is a bad luck. Now this, as you can well imagine, the rather nasty experience for two such gentle parents. But in the long run, it was nastier for James than it was for them. Their trappers were all over in the jiffy, and they were dead and gone in 35 seconds flat. Poor James, on the other hand, was still very much alive. And all at once he found himself alone and frightened in the vast, unfriendly world. The lovely house by seaside had to be folded midly, and the little boy carrying nothing but a small suitcase containing a pair of pajamas and a toothbrush was sent away to live with two aunts. Their names are Aunt Sponge and Aunt Spiker. What? Aunt Spiker? Aunt Sponge? SpongeBob that sponge? And Aunt Spiker? What is it? Oh, their names are quite strange. And I'm sorry to say that they're both really horrible people. They were selfish and lazy, cruel, and right from the beginning, they had started beating poor James for almost no reason at all. They have never called him by his real name, but always referred as you disgusting little beast, or you filthy mustache, or you miserable creature. and they certainly never gave him any toys to play with or any picture books to look at. His room was bare and prize and sale. They lived on the Sponge, on the Spiker, and now James as well in the queer ramshackle house in the top of the high hill in the south of England. The hill was so high that from almost anywhere in the garden James could see a tiny gray dot far away on the horizon, which was the house that he used to live on his beloved mother and father. And just beyond that, he could see the ocean itself, a long, thin creek of blackish blue, like the line of ink beneath the rim of the sky. But James was never allowed to go down at the top of the hill. Neither Aunt Sponge nor Aunt Spiker could ever be bothered to take him out herself, not even for the small walk or a picnic, and he certainly wasn't permitted to go alone. The nasty little beast will only get into mischief if he goes out of the garden, Aunt Spiker had said, and terrible punishments was promising him, such as being locked up from the cellar with the rats for a week, if he even so much as dared to climb over the fence. The garden, which covered the whole top of the hill, was large and discolored, and the only tree in the entire place was an ancient peach tree that had never given any peaches. There was no swing, no seesaw, and no sandpit. There was no other children that had been ever invited to come up at the hills to play with poor James. There wasn't so much as a dog or a cat around to keep him company. And as time went on, he became sadder and sadder and more lonely. And he used to spend hours every day standing at the bottom of the garden gazing wistfully at the lovely but frozen world of woods and fields and ocean that was spread out below him like a magic carpet. Now it's chapter 2. So we should start reading from chapter 2 for tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we have a lot of time to read just one chapter. And today's story was about that James blah 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 Trapper have lived very happily when he was 2 or 4 years old. But when their parents go to London to do shopping, they have eaten by the rhinoceros that have ran out of the London Zoo. So James blah 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 Trapper James are living at Auntie's house, but aunties are not that kind. So calling James rubbish or something, like bad words, not James, not like that. The aunties are using the bad word to call him. So I think James was gonna be really lonely and sad because there is no friends to play at Auntie's house. Auntie's on the hill. So he would be lonely and sad. So we should see that story for tomorrow. And now please thumbs up my YouTube and bye bye everyone.